What's happening, everybody? Welcome back for another day of Momentum WOD training. My name is Brandon, and today I'm going to coach and guide you through this Fortify System WOD, anti-glycolytic kettlebell workouts that will forge a powerful and resilient body. As is typically the case, to start off the week, we'll be performing a 10x10 sequence of movements. What this means is we'll be kicking off the workout with 10 sets of 10 repetitions of a powerful ballistic kettlebell exercise, and then following that up with sets of a strength-based movement afterwards. The first exercise in today's sequence will be 2-arm kettlebell swings, which will follow up with Cannonball Squats, 10 repetitions for 5 sets. As is always the case, these workouts are simple and straightforward, but that doesn't mean they're easy. If you find that you're not being challenged enough, it likely means that the kettlebell you're using is not heavy enough or you're resting too long. We'll talk more about rest period in between our first and second sets. Grab that heavy kettlebell and let's get started. 10 repetitions of 2-arm kettlebell swings to kick things off. Good luck today. Alright, that's 1 set down and 9 more to go. You have a minute of rest in between each set of this workout. If that amount of rest is not adequate for you to fully recover and attack your next set with the same intensity and power that you attacked the one previous, take more time for yourself by pausing the video. If you find that that amount of rest feels like too much rest, you can either speed up the pace for yourself or pick up a heavier kettlebell to challenge yourself the way the workout intended. Got about another 30 seconds before we get started with set number 2. Next to the deadlift, the 2-arm swing is the most fundamental of ballistic kettlebell exercises. But don't be confused, the benefits that this exercise provides for performance, conditioning, and power are immense. Even though it is basic, its implications for you becoming a better athlete are profound. We have another minute of rest before we start up again. As is always the case here at Momentum WOD, we recover in an active fashion. Whether that's dancing, shadow boxing, or lightly jumping in place, you need to continue moving in between now and your next set. We call this fast and loose, and the principles behind doing so will help you to keep strong and powerful over the course of the entirety of this workout. Make sure that when you're recovering, you're doing so actively. Alright, let's chalk up those hands and get back to it. 10 repetitions of 2-arm kettlebell swings coming up. You've just passed the halfway point for 2-arm swings in this workout. How are you holding up so far? As I mentioned earlier, if this feels too easy for you, it likely means that the weight you're using isn't heavy enough. If you find that you're not able to approach each set with the same intensity as the last, it likely means that you're going too hard. Let's adjust accordingly and attack these next 5 sets with a renewed focus. Kettlebell swing is likely the most well-known exercise there is in kettlebell training, but it is also often performed and demonstrated incorrectly. The 2 biggest mistakes I see involve how the power for the upswing is derived. All too often, the tendency is to pull the kettlebell through the upswing by using the arms, and once arriving into the tall standing position, the low back is hyperextended to finish the movement off. Both of these things couldn't be more wrong. Drive through your heels into the floor to power the kettlebell into the upswing, and arrive at a tall, neutral standing position with each repetition. As we get deeper into this workout, let's continue to be mindful of the little details that will keep us safe along the way. The way you start every set is the same way you should finish every set. Let's be mindful of our mechanics and spine positioning throughout the entirety of this workout. All right, everybody, that's 9 sets of swings down, which means we have 1 more to go. Your next set of 2-arm swings are going to be your last 10 repetitions of this exercise for this workout. Let's stay focused and make this set your best one yet. All right, good job, everybody. Your kettlebell swings are in the books for this workout. For your next exercise, you'll be moving on to the Cannonball Squat, which is a goblet squat variation that involves an unconventional grip on the kettlebell to build forearm endurance and strength. Got another minute of rest before we get started with those. Let's continue to keep moving so our hip mobility is not compromised when we start this next set. Stay focused, this is the home stretch.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118,
As is the case with all other kettlebell squat variations, an ideal depth to perform the movement to is just below parallel. But if you find that your low back starts to become flexed prior to reaching that depth, it means that your body is not ready to attempt that range of motion. Breathwork when squatting should be intentional and is critical to you getting the most out of them. A sharp nasal inhale should occur when descending downwards. Hold your breath for a moment in the bottom position, and then, when initiating your ascent, forcefully exhale to facilitate your powerful rise back to a standing position. It may seem a little counterintuitive to include squats in a strength training routine for jiu-jitsu, where a majority of time is spent on the ground, but as soon as you realize that some of the most common injuries that occur to the ligaments of the knees, the rationale becomes more clear. Squats are one of the best exercises to strengthen the musculature supporting the knees to prevent injury and preserve health. You have 2 sets of cannonball squats remaining. Let's knock these out and make them your best sets yet. You have a minute of rest before your last set of this workout. Don't kick those feet up just yet. Stay focused. All right, everybody, the time has come. This is the last set of this workout. You have 10 repetitions of the Cannonball Squat. Let's make these your best repetitions. Last set, best set. Finish this thing out strong.